Okay, I came back to do the bad ending. A few hours later, we tried everything. There was nothing we else could do to get out of here. There were no paths left for us to take. Hit by that reality, all of my remaining strength drained away. All I could do was watch the seconds and the clock slip by. The kid's condition had gotten worse, and he was sleeping in the capsule pod. We had tried contacting the outside using communication lines, but nothing had changed since we were here at Layman. All sonic and electrical communications were down. Every once in a while, static would come through the receiver from the outside, which meant that the lines were functioning, but the computer's communication software wasn't working. We have been trapped here by a live-lit pharmaceutical to hide the existence of IBF and its records from the outside world. Our reality was a nightmare. How I wished that it all had only been a long dream. Thinking that, I closed my eyes slowly.
3 Minuten vor der Implosion.
Announcement grated mechanically from the room's speakers. I could hear sharp metallic sounds echoing from somewhere. The walls creaked ominously and the floor shook.
どうやら始まったみたい。
Tsugumi looked at the ceiling and murmured this. Started?
あるいは終わりね。
Finished. I looked up at the ceiling, and I couldn't see anything. The heavy reverberations were coming from somewhere far away in the water.
結局、私の場所はここだったみたい。
Tsugumi let these words fall from her lips without any expression.
つぐみ、何言ってるの？場所って何？
From her spot on the floor, you raised her head feebly.
ずっと探していて、やっとたどり着いたのよ。ここが私の死に場所だった。
Tsugumi stood unsteadily. She dragged her right leg. Tsugumi, what happened to your leg?
ああ、これ？
Tsugumi looked at her leg as if it was the first time that she had noticed.
なんともないはずだったのにね。何があっても自分は死ねないと思ってたんだけど、それもまた間違いだったのかもしれない。2 Minuten vor der Implosion.
Dragging her leg, Tsugumi hobbled toward the door. Tsugumi, wait! I tried to chase after her, but tripped awkwardly. My hands hit the floor. When I tried to stand, I fell to the floor again. My legs wouldn't move as I wanted. Sprawled out on the floor, my whole body was numb and I couldn't move. What's happening to me? I started coughing suddenly and put my hand to my mouth, removing it slowly. I noticed my palm was sticky with blood. Tsugumi, where are you going? My vision began to grow dim. The distance separating us became distorted.
さあ、
Tsugumi tilted her head.
仲間ごっこってのもそんなに悪いもんじゃなかったけど。
She opened up the flood hatch and went into the infirmary.
もう会うこともないでしょ。
Her outline seemed to flicker faintly.
じゃあね。
As Tsugumi's walked down the hallway, I lost sight of her. She closed the hatch from the outside. She turned the handle so I knew that the door was sealed. In that instant, I heard the terrible roar of water from the passageway on the other side of the wall. The watertight hatch groaned and buckled under the tremendous force of the water, but somehow withstood the pressure. Tsugumi!
1 Minute vor der Implosion.
The alarm from the pod's control panel started shrieking a high-pitched warning. I turned my head to look over at the source of the noise. Vital signs, which should have been displayed on the monitor, were no longer moving.
そうね。
Kid, no. The alarm wouldn't stop. Its cold, flat tone drowned out the silence. The lines were moving. No heartbeat, no breathing, nothing.
嘘。こんなの嘘だよ。誰か嘘だって言って。フララリー。嘘だって
Lying flat on the floor, you started sobbing. The terrible roaring of overhead gradually became louder. It seemed as if the whole floor were trembling. Ignoring the complaints from my body, I used the rest of my strength to pull myself close to you. I'm here. The floor was wet with blood. I somehow slid my arm over to her. Both of you's hands took my right hand and closely around it gently. Oh my god. It's terrible. Your small hands were icy cold. You came crawling over to me, pulling closer the hand in her grasp. She hugged my hand close and I held it to her chest, squeezing it closely, firmly. The palm of my hand covered her chest. Yu's body was starting to shake. I could tell from my hand pressed against her that she was rapidly losing energy. Her skin and clothes were freezing cold. The only place where warmth remained was her chest, where our hands were touching. Yu's heart was beating so hard, it felt like it would explode. Her voice was getting hoarse, and she was having trouble breathing. I couldn't move anymore either. I tried to breathe, to comfort her, but all that came from my mouth were red drops of blood. Extending my fingers towards you, I ran them over her body to check if she were still alive. Her whole body was racked with spasms, her frame bent, twitching backward. But soon, even her shaking became weaker. She became colder and colder with each passing moment. Only her heart remained beating ferociously. It sounded far away, as though it could almost be my imagination. Her voice was devoid of strength. A single tear followed these words. Yu's heart made one last frantic burst. And after that, I heard nothing. The warmth of her hand was totally gone. The beating of her heart lost forever. In that moment, my vision went red. Panicking, I wrapped my face with my hands. Red. Everything was red. I couldn't see anything. All I could feel was slippery warmth. My face was pressed into the floor so hard that I thought it would become part of it. My breathing had stopped. I couldn't move. I couldn't support myself. The floor was cold and hard. My body stiffened and became cold as well. My consciousness faded, disappearing. And, from somewhere, the crackling sounds in the communication lines faded away. That was the last sound I heard. That was sad. I literally have a tear in my eye. Wow. It's nice to look at the bad endings, though. Only you are in the infinity loop. I just love that. Yeah, save system data.